What's going on, everybody? LK here, back at it again with another video. And today, it's another Stream Monster Says. I know it's been a week. And today we're going to actually talk about something that I think I talked about before a little bit. And that is about mix-ups. But specifically, why do people care so much if a character has a 2-0 low or not? I did cover this. I think this was probably one of my earliest Stream Monster Says videos about you don't have a 2-0 low, you're trash. But this is about the other side. Why do people care so much whether or not a character has 2-0 low for mix-up or not? And I think there is a pretty clear reason why. Let's go nice here. We got my team on player 1. And then probably, let's do a similar Gohan matcha. Uh-oh. Wait. Oh, I'm really bad. Okay. This team, this is how you know I'm shitty. Anyway, where's Yamcha? I thought Bardock was Yamcha the whole time. Got it. So, why do people care so much that a character has 2-0 low or not? As I said before, there are different ways to open people up, and usually when a character doesn't have a 2-0 low, they have something else to make up for it. How much we value that tool, of course, depends on us as a scene, as the player, right? But they usually give characters who don't have 2-0 low something. But why does 2-0 low matter so much? We have to look at the type of mix-ups you got. So the thing about high-low mix-up is that really true, good high-low mix-up, right? Good, and let's clear out these recordings here. So good high-low mix-up. Oh, he's on not guard. Let's make him guard too. First only. So good high-low mix-up in this game should be airtight. That's the main reason why people care so much. They don't want the variability of somebody doing something outside of block stun to immediately punish them. So like in this case, right? In this case, this mix-up that I messed up, this setup intrinsically is safe to block stun options. Of course, there's still options the opponent has to escape the setup, but at a base level, base level, once you block, the high-low is airtight, so you have to select successfully to get out of the 50-50. That is why people care a lot. Left-right mix-up is actually really good in this game, but there are so many little caveats to using it. For example, when you make a left-right mix-up, there's a lot of things you have to figure out. So we'll make one that's basically maybe the most common type of left-right that people do in Dragon Ball, right? So that's the cross-up option, and this is the same side option. Okay, so if I try to block it a couple times, I'm just gonna try to block it normally a couple times, using my eyes the best I can, right? So that's, I'm sub 1 for 1 here. Okay, I got hit immediately by the super dash. I'm blocking the cross-up successfully, but please do super dash again so I can not block it. I promise you. See, I got hit. So that jump super dash setup is pretty common. That's how most people do their left-right. They'll either do a cross or they'll stop, use the super dash to stop their momentum and attack you safe side. But I get hit with super dash. So this is the main issue with common left-rights, is that most people don't build them properly. So even though they're visually tricky, like as you see, if I try to, and I'll even put on the virtual controller for this one. So even though, as far as guarding, like okay, I've guarded the cross-up, if he does super dash, I get hit. I actually didn't try to block it properly. Okay, that time I managed to get it, but generally, that type of movement is very tricky. And you'd have to use defensive technique to guard it, or you'd have to, like, let's say, like jump or something like that. But because of the build of it, because it's not airtight, you get to challenge. So even though the cross-up hits me, the cross-up and the same side don't hit on the same frame, so you could try blocking it like that. You block cross-up and then you delay your 2H. Right? Some people just do the 2H. They're willing to challenge just because they know that generally these type of mix-ups have gap. As far as left-right mix-up, you need to basically remember that you have to let them out block zone, and your goal is to hit them out of jump when you check. So if they could do this, if they could block your same side or cross up in the air, then that means it could be 2H. It could be vanished. So even though generally the left-right mix-up in this game is very visually difficult to block, it has to be carefully constructed in order for it to be truly good left-right 50-50. As opposed to the high-low that I did before that essentially just call it, boom. It's very simple. Call it, jump, call it, boom, boom, jump, call it. This is very simple. But the last type of mix-up, of course, will be command grab, right? So we'll bring one more just to finally bring in the final point. Let's do 18. Let's do 18. I could use some more 18 in my life. So the good news is command grabs, usually light command grabs, are unseeable. They're fast. We can talk about reactions in another video, but for the most part, they are in our general, in fighting games, especially 2D and anime games, they're in our general scope of unseeable moves. If 18 is like other characters, her command grab should be 18 frames or faster. So let's see. 17, right? 17 frames. So this is in the scope of unseeable speed. The bad news is because of the throw, you have to set it up. So in the case of hers is actually a pretty bad example because I think her. So this reaches farther. So this one's 32, right? So in her case, she has to do like something like that. She has to set it up. Since there's a gap there, people can challenge, and the standard mix-up with command grabs are poke or throw. That's like the very base. It's poke throw, even though the opponent can jump out, it's still poke throw because they could poke your jump, they could poke your mash, or if they think you're gonna sit there, they could throw you. The good thing is, of course, it's unseeable. So this is still a strong mix-up, and you get a good situation. Whatever you decide to do, you could DHC, whatever, and then you get level 3 into like a setup, which is pretty good, and does like 40%. It's not bad. But this is a mix-up that's relying on conditioning, and not only can you jump, right, and mash, but you gotta consider Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball has vanish as well, so there's more stuff you have to look for in this game than other games. So this brings us back to our original point. If you have a high-low mix-up, a good high-low mix-up, then you can keep them airtight, do the high-low, and once you're in the actual part, when you're moving through the move, they can't guard cancel. They usually have to guard cancel the move before the actual high-low setup. So as one last example, I'll bring in the buddy we had before, Adult Gohan. There he is. So this is pretty common in the case of Adult Gohan. This is like a nice little matchup strategy tip before we talk about guard canceling. So in Adult Gohan's case, as we all know, he has very good high-low mix-up, and it's easy to set up because all you have to do is hey-ya, and then you get your high-low, right? Yeah, depending on your dub, he goes hey-ya, right? And you call it, or he goes yeah, and you fuck them all, right? Now, of course, the goal is to guard cancel this, but this character is also hard to guard cancel because he has so many normals. He has a lot of normals he could press that are all like relatively safe, and you have to wait for him to go into a normal that can be guard cancelled. So, for example, this would be one. Let's actually do it like this. So, for example, this, once he gets to the mediums, oh, he's on random. So once he gets to the mediums here, right, there's plenty of opportunities for guard cancel, right? And of course, one of your main goals is to see that and then guard cancel, or you could even go as far, this is a little risky, is to wait for the legs to actually connect, but once you see the crouching heavy, you pretty much can't really do anything about it. So that is your general escape. Like, if you wait for the actual mix-up to come, like, I don't have him calling this right, so you wait for the actual mix-up to come, it's, let me make him block. So if you wait for the actual mix-up to come, it's far too late. It's far too late. So usually the one flaw from block string mix into high-low is that you could guard cancel, and a bunch of characters have clear points where it's like, oh, I should guard cancel this so I don't have to deal with this. Of course, if they snap you in, so if Gohan snaps you in, he probably does, you might have some bullshit against your character, and then he'll make you block this, and to, and then you're in trouble. But as long as you guard cancel, you have a chance at escaping. So I think that's the main reason why the general scene cares so much about the high-low mix, is that in general, one, people don't have a lot of plans to escape those type of setups, and two, once you're put into the setup, it's relatively guaranteed, and it's a guess. You could be the best player on planet Earth, or you could just start playing fighting games like a week ago. It doesn't matter. You still have to flip that coin. As opposed to left-right in this game, which has to be carefully constructed, and command grab mix-up, which relies a lot on conditioning the opponent. So, hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if you have any other additional questions in the comments. Like and subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll see you next time.